Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday. You're probably sipping coffee or in your PJs watching me. you know, so many thoughts go through my head, and a lot of it is most of my life is about, I don't know what to say. I don't know. So let's just whatever I want to say to you. Hello. Happy Sunday, good morning, wherever, or good afternoon, or in my case, good evening, depending upon where in this beautiful world of ours you are located at. I'm going to show you around the windows in just a moment. I just want to say the reason why I post things on Facebook about certain progress or something that I want to share is because I've always said this, and it hasn't changed, that at least I know you, right? And I know that you care about me as much as I care about you. And in order, sometimes when you share your dreams with others or endeavors, it is easier for me to share it with you because I feel like I'm sharing it with a friend. And I know that if something didn't sit right or there was a little addition, that you would send me a little IM and say, hey, George, did you ever think of it this way? And so I love getting people's opinions on things, getting feedback. I think it's so important. Sure, you have a vision of things, but when someone says, did you ever think of this? And then I could say, you know what, that's a very good point. Or, you know what, the reason why I didn't do it was because of XYZ, but thank you so much, right? And so it's huge for me that I'm able to reach out and share with you. The words can't explain to you how excited I am. I was so excited because I love the beauty of a fragrance and the artistry. And, when talking to the chief perfumer, actually the master perfumer is a master perfumer, he was telling me how these bigger companies now, they are trying to put more synthetics into the fragrances. I got to be careful what I say, right? And so I wanted to share with you a little lab sample. It's let me see the lab sample right here. And so I'm so excited that I'm actually going to have it in a bottle. Oh my goodness. And so I wanted to share with you the thought. There's so many things. I had spent years trying to figure out where we're going, where brands are going with social media and the information that they give out. And I had immersed myself into all of that to just kind of understand, especially with YouTube, because YouTube is such a powerful medium. And many, our generation, look at it like, why are they posting that? Like an over information, but that's the day and age we live in. And now people want to know, they want the authentic, they want authenticity because there's so much noise out there, and you don't know what's real or not. And so there's a gentleman, it was that you could look it up. I'm not going to mention his name, and he was the one who made Paris Hilton. And so when I found it, when I was reading that, I came across the article. I'm like, okay, I need to talk to this guy. And so I found him on LinkedIn, and I just kept sending him emails saying, I'd love to meet with you. I want to meet with you. I would love to meet with you. I just want to talk. And finally, it was a year later, he goes, okay, well, he's very private. This gentleman's so private. It wasn't like he didn't want to meet me because he was a snob. He's just very private. And so I flew out there for lunch, and I'm like, okay, I want to just pick your brain to understand things. And he said, George, when we first started this, it was trying to get Paris to be known in the United States, Paris Hilton. And they did The Simple Life, and, they did different things. And it was every moment, allegedly, now I want to be careful what I say about our conversation, but my opinion, how's that, okay? Allegedly, everything was staged. The voice, the way she spoke, and that's on YouTube as well, that baby voice, to being kind of ditzy, was all carefully planned. And then he said, the moment I got Paris Hilton in the U.S., I went internationally. I went globally. And then my goal was to just be known as Paris. And that's what he ended up doing. And we're just going about social media, where the future is all going with this. And I asked him, I go, where do you think the future is going? And he told me that the future is going live, on a live stream. It will be recorded live because there's so much editing done and slants done where people don't know if it's the real thing or not. And I found that interesting. And I'll take it even one step further. I have a feeling that there's going to be cameras everywhere one day, all over the world. And so you see this here? I burned. This is what happens when you open the oven and you're about to drop the pizza, and I hit the arm trying to save it. I'm sorry, I hit my arm on the door trying to save it. And so I don't know why I did this. So anyway, I digress. And so I think we're going to have cameras everywhere. And if there's something happening somewhere, there's going to be cameras outside, of course, not in people's homes. You never know, though. And we'll be able to immediately go there and experience it ourselves, as opposed to waiting for a reporter to report on it. That's just something that I think one day in the future. So I don't want to run out too much. I've had 7 minutes, and I don't want to get that far out. And so when it came time for me to start doing this, this whole thing about authentic and artistry came into effect. And rather than have this beautiful model, frolicking in the beach and saying something strange, that doesn't make sense with the picture that you're seeing, I thought what is really beautiful, and that I don't want to say erotic, but it's also, there we go, it's sexy, right? I think it's sexy to show the truth, to show the realness. And this whole thing about changing the world with a fragrance, that is something that, as kids, at least for me, you would ask, if you had a genie lamp and you rubbed it and you had 3 wishes, what would you wish for? And one of the 3, I would hope most of us, even as children, maybe as adults, would wish for world peace. And then I think the other wish would be, I don't know, all the money in the world. And then the 3rd wish was another million wishes, right? Health. All right, your health. When you're kids, you don't think about that, of course. So all of us have this dream inside of us to change the world, to make it a better place, to establish some kind of legacy, or just make a little difference, because in the long run, that's what stays, is how you've touched other people in your day-to-day activities, how you touch them. And so for me, the changing the world with a fragrance, it was that dream that comes from a child's heart, the origin it does. And so that's why I took the film, I took a camera to show everybody of what goes into this. And I just wanted your feedback on that. I know I'm going into 10 minutes. Just curious to just see what your thoughts are and if that connects. And so I want to show you. So I'm in Guangzhou right now, Guangzhou, China. And in 10 years, the amount of growth, what I'm going to show you, most of it has been built in 10 years. And this was mostly all farming. So this here it's called the Guangzhou Tower. And let's see. Look at that. Is that beautiful? Am I doing this right? There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Right? And then I'm going to take you here. Let's go. So they have some kind of trade or some kind of Canton Fair going on, and isn't that beautiful? And so I want to see if you can see the bridge here. So where is it? No, I can't. I just saw it. Let's see here. Hold on, I got it. Let me see if I can see the bridge. I don't know if you could see that little white. It's a little white arch, like right. Where is that? It's like right. My finger. I can't point to it. Where is that? Here's the camera. So it's right here. It's this little arch. You see that right here? That little arch at the side of the building? I'm going to show a picture of it, but this looks like this could be any city in the United States, even though the buildings are a little run down. But it's just look at all the new buildings that have been built, and it's just incredible to me how they've been able to do that. It's just incredible to me. So anyway, I would love to hear your thoughts of what you think of that, of doing it where, showing the realness as opposed to fluffy. I don't know. Let me know. Okay. God bless. Have a good Sunday. Bye-bye.